Hey, what's up? It's Sean. I'm currently on a short break. I've just done a series of calls and text follow-up with my prospects for the day, and there's a inspiration coming in right now. I thought I really needed to share this. So I'm going to record this, upload it, and get back to work. My main point is really about the mindset when you come in to do remote sales, right? The expectation is, I know you're probably watching this because you're doing your research about how remote sales works, and remote closing, appointment setting, how does it all work, and what programs can show you, what the marketing can show you is outside of the actual tasks that, like right now, I have to go through the fire every single day. And one thing that I always remind myself, right, because you've done the course, right, you join a team, and then now you're in a team, you are either actively setting or you're actively closing. The mindset is so important as a performer, because if you're in a team where there are other salespeople, like it's a decently big enough team, you'll notice that everyone's score sheet, everyone's scorecard, everyone's performance is transparent throughout the team. Like you can see in a day who makes how many dials, you can see in a week who closes how many sales, and you can see who are the top 1, 2, 3 performers. And a lot of times when I'm not hitting the goals that I set for myself, I find that it's very easy to just fall into this state where, we all start to think, right? We all have these thoughts like the influencer can be better, their business can improve, they can have better software, they can have, they can have better leads, they can have better marketing, and it's very easy to, and sometimes your concerns are real, your concerns are valid. It's like there's no perfect team, right? Every company can really improve things here and there, especially for us setters and closers, to have more meat to eat, right? You know what I'm saying? And that's all valid, and sometimes I do see all these things that can be improved, but I also tell myself that I can either contribute these ideas, suggestions, after I've contributed my own share of wins and results. And I might, if they ask, hey, do you have anything to share, do you have anything to suggest, I might chime in a little bit. But if it's not my place to talk at that time, I don't have enough stroke, so to speak, enough wins and experience yet, I'll know when to voice out. What I notice is the top performers, why they're able to book calls, why they're able to close consistently. And I can see their wins, right? We are in the same team, we are in the same company, we're closing for the same offer, the same limitations and conditions that I have, they have to. It's not like they have different things, it's not like they have different resources, it's not like they are different in a different company, but if everything is the same, I always ask myself why they can perform, why they can close, then what can I learn from them? And I noticed that some of them, I don't know, sometimes their tonality is really good, sometimes they're fantastic at building rapport, sometimes most of their skills are just like decent, good, and they're really strong in terms of their sales volume. So if I choose the initial part of saying that, it's the company, it's the leads, it's this person, it's that person, and then if I look at the other performers and they are not performing, then maybe I think it's not a good team for me to stay that long, right? But at the same time, if like everyone is performing, then I always try to pull myself back and say that wait, like this person can perform, that person can perform, and everything is the same. So what am I not getting, right? Or rather, what can I improve? And as a salesperson, okay, as long as your leader is not like, not as long as they are not personal, they are not toxic, and they are able to just give you constructive, direct, sometimes even harsh or like very firm feedback, it's not easy to take, right? But if you can just pull yourself back and say, okay, is there truth to what they're saying, right? Or as I learn from these other top performers, what are they doing right that I can learn? If there is criticisms or feedback, coaching notes, whatever, right, that the team is giving to me, can I be as objective as possible and say, look, John, like, what can I really improve? And I try to tell myself, like, be really honest with myself. For example, like rapport wise, volume wise, I don't know, even things like eye contact, right? Or depends on what comes my way. It's either direct feedback from people or indirect feedback that we can learn from other people. And I guess the last thing I'll say is, at the end of the day, if this team has a fantastic product where clients are super happy, they're giving positive reviews, positive testimonials, like it is a product that sells, and you can see generally in the team, the culture is good. Like people are generally happy. People like to show up and represent this company. Like it's just an overall good team. Then we need to look through a lot of these minor obstacles or little hiccups here and there, and just remind ourselves that it's really not easy to find a great team with a great culture. So if it's constructive feedback, just take it. If you have other performers in the team who are doing really well, learn from them. If there's someone in the team that you can really help them. And a lot of times I will say that these kind of environment, a lot of times they mirror who we are, how we think. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I'm always frustrated, if I'm always difficult, I'll notice that everyone else is frustrated, everyone else is difficult. But because I'm making all these calls and dials every day, sometimes they are inbound leads, sometimes they are leads that came inbound, they fell off, sometimes they are leads that came into our social media and then they forgot who we are, sometimes they're just direct cold leads. And talking to all this kind of so many people, so many different energies over the years, I realized that it's all, the control is really inward, it's internal. You cannot go to them and say, I'm giving you a cold call, can you don't be frustrated. We cannot control other people. We cannot go into the team and say, can you don't micromanage me. You cannot. A lot of the control actually stems from within, to say that, okay, how can I increase my clarity? How can I increase the strength of my space holding? There might be some days that are really, really difficult to get through. Okay, how can I increase my resilience? And this is a muscle that you build long term so that you become stronger and stronger, because I find that one of the things that's really difficult to get from an online course is the reality of working in a team full time as a professional. Sometimes you have a base, sometimes you have no base, sometimes it's pure performance. And this whole thing about performance is really a long-term, like a high EQ balancing kind of skill that you cannot learn from a video. You cannot learn from a course. A lot of these things, it takes a little bit of inner wisdom to talk to yourself and say, if I don't like this thing, how can I change it within myself? How can I improve within myself? If there's someone in the team that can make it work, why can't I make it work? Right? What can I learn from them? And if overall everything works, okay, it's not about how the team can change. It's not about how they can change to make life easier for me, but it's about how I can change to become a stronger contributor, to improve myself. Because at the end of the day, it is their company. We are like hired people that they can hire, fire, remove anytime they want. So if you come into this space, you're doing your research, a lot of times your setting skills and closing skills might be really good, but I think that will get you a great head start. That might get you into teams, into good teams even. But to stay and perform long term, it's not that simple. It's not as simple as just doing a program, getting the reps in, and then hope that everything turns out fine. Like every step of the way, it is navigation. Every step of the way, it is closing. So if you are currently in a team right now, you're looking for one, and there are certain areas that you're trying to navigate, and you need like a second opinion, or you need some help to, you know, guide you through it, feel free to check out any one of the links below for my resources to help you, or just reach out directly on social media and let me know who you are, where you're from, what's the team you're currently in, and you know what's happening, and I'll do my best to see what I can help you and support you with. Okay, so gotta get back to work. See you in my next video. Cheers.